You are now listening to the Pelicans Postgame Report. Flash report.
What's going on, everybody? We are back at it again with the first game in the books, and even more importantly, starting off the season with a W. I like that. I know you like that, and we are looking for another W against the New York Knicks. Before I go any further, shout out to PPR, Big Q and DC. I am Lexxah Drew, a contributor and new addition to the team. Kudos to all the listeners. As always, I appreciate you all for tuning in. Without further ado, the topic I'm going to speak on is the best freaking duo, not so fast. Look, y'all, I love Pelicans basketball, but I also have a love for the game, period, meaning I enjoy watching other teams play. Not only because I'm a fan of the game, but I want to know what the Pelicans are going up against. I want to see how they match up. I guess you could say doing some scouting and some studying. So as most of you probably already know, Willie Green made a statement during his post-game locker room speech after the win against the Memphis Grizzlies. He said, I quote verbatim, "the best freaking duo in the NBA." And he was referring to Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson. So, just to remind everybody, I did say that I love Pelicans basketball. So, we got that out the way. But I have to say, you all, I totally disagree with this statement. I watched that video many times. And there was just something that was just not right about that video. After Willie Green said that statement, it was the response after he said that statement that got me. It was very odd. It was very quiet. It was so quiet in that locker room that you could hear crickets. You could hear a pin drop. Immediately after that, Willie Green praised Jonas and he praised Matt Ryan for what they did out there. And the response was great. But I'm like, okay, if you're talking about being the best duo in the league, shouldn't that warrant the same response that Jonas and Matt Ryan got? Maybe even more. What that tells me is that that whole locker room really wasn't in agreement. Because when they praised Jonas and they praised Matt Ryan, everyone was in agreement there. I don't know. I'm putting it out there because that's one thing that just stuck out to me. This comes after one game, but I won't even look at that, y'all. First, let's look at the duos around the league that Zion and Brandon are going up against. And I want to say, before I get started, these are the most notable duos. I'm not going to list all of them. On some teams, it's not even clear on who's the duo just yet. So I'm just going to name the most notable ones. You have LeBron James and Anthony Davis, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, Damian Lillard and Giannis Antetokounmpo, Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo, Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving, Anthony Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns, Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland, and you can kind of play around with that and put Evan Mobley up in there, Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley, Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan, Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Chet Holmgren, Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner. Okay, so I just listed all the notable duos, obvious duos, in the NBA. Now, I want everybody to close their eyes. And I want you to add Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson to this list. With every fabric of your being, do you strongly and honestly believe that Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram are the best duo in the NBA? Y'all, there's a lot of stellar duos in the NBA. Right now, just from an accolade, team accomplishment, playoff success, And it's not just that. There's great chemistry, a strong connection, a flow, and natural, just first nature in how a duo plays the game. Both players recognize what each can bring to the table, and those qualities are maximized, allowing each to perform at a high level. There were 2 highlights where Brandon Ingram threw 2 alley-oops to Zion. Great plays, top 10 on ESPN for sure. For those of you who remember, Lonzo Ball and Zion did that stuff on the regular. It's not just about the alley-oops though. Looking at Zion and Brandon, oftentimes you see hesitancy, more thinking and not naturally reacting, understanding who has the hot hand during the course of the game, and knowing where the other is on the court. And that's something that's common for duos to know that. This thing can't be a sometime thing or a rarely thing or an every so often thing, but an all the time thing. And these guys, they've been on the team together for a while, but we've seen many a times where they have, played at different times, but not literally together. In order for them to be the best duo in the NBA, that stuff has to be addressed. And then from there, shooting to an elite level without question. Can they get there? Perhaps. It's yet to be seen. But we got to see it first. Y'all know that because both of them obviously have to be available in order for that to happen. I look at Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray, and they have that connection without question. They won the championship, for crying out loud. You can't knock what they just did. LeBron James and Anthony Davis. LeBron wants AD to be great. LeBron's already solidified his greatness. And AD, well, he's coming upon, his greatness. Sort of. I don't know. Maybe there's an argument there. But the thing is that in order for the team to succeed, he needs that other star to win. Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. I mean, those are the Splash Brothers. That hasn't gone anywhere. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. I do believe that sometimes their chemistry can be kind of up and down. It's like my turn, your turn. But even so, they still have a flow and have a chemistry about their game where it does complement each other enough for them to go far into the playoffs. And I know Giannis Antetokounmpo and Damian Lillard just got together. But man, I don't know if you all saw that Bucks game. But even when I see them, there is a nice flow. It flows like just water when they play together. It's first nature. The connection is naturally there. They feed off of each other. So going back to Zion and Brandon, I don't believe the connection is strong between the two, at least not yet. But we got a whole season to find out, y'all. But right now, I feel like they're in the beginning stages of getting acquainted with each other's game, especially in this new Borrego offense. There's still hesitancy. You could call it trust, maybe something else. At times, there's a lot of thinking, delayed reaction, and not comprehending situational awareness in the half court. These duos around the league don't seem to have those issues. And this goes beyond stats. In conclusion, I want to leave you all something to think about. Real stars are winners and want to play with other stars, and they are confident in their own ability to contribute at a high level while playing alongside the best of the best because they're confident of their own greatness. Prime example, when KD went to the Warriors, Steph stated that it was imperative for KD to be KD, to get KD involved immediately, even when Steph had won a championship and KD hadn't won one yet. KD became the guy on the team, and Steph wasn't threatened by that. Steph was going to be Steph, and he understood that his game was great too, because great players want to win. So that's all I got for y'all. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Put in the comments what you think about Willie Green's statement. Do you believe Zion and Brandon are the best duo? I am Lexxah Drew, and I'm out, y'all.
Subscribe now and stay up to date for all things New Orleans